Well, good morning and welcome to LoriStampingPlace.blogspot.com. So glad you could join me today. Thank you to all my subscribers and to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. And today I'm going to show you how to make a paper rose. And it's very easy and beautiful. So let's get started here. And I think you'll be able to see this. I'm using some paper. This paper is from Stampin' Up. It's some old retired paper called New Horizon. I bought several packs of this. And so what I'm going to do is, I'll set this over here for now. I'm going to use this piece, and it's not real heavy weight, but it is a nice paper. And it has this on the back. You could use this for a scene or something if you wanted to use that. But I'm going to use this side. And to make our rose, let me show you some of the roses that I've already made. So I've made this green rose and this blue one. And then I made this green one, which I thought looked more like a camellia than a rose. But those are my roses that I've made. Scooch over here a little more. There you go. So that's what we're going to make. And like I said, it's quick and easy. I did have some paper like this, which is really light paper. You can use origami paper or whatever. And this is a double-sided green. But since I'd already made green, I thought, well, we'll go for this. And so what you need is to cut your paper down to, now they have 10 centimeters or 10.5. So if you do 10 centimeters, that's about 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. So that's what I'm going to do here. So make sure I have it all even. 3 7/8, right about there. We'll cut that off. We'll save that little piece. And 3 7/8 right here. Okay, so we have a square like that. So we're just going to do, I'm going to put this where you can probably see it. So we're going to go to 3 7/8, and we're going to 3 7/8. I hope I'm in the frame here so you can see what I'm doing. We're just cutting these down into these squares. I could cut 2 at the same time, but I'd rather not do that. Use my arm as it goes by. And then we're going to turn this around to 3 7/8. And we have one more to cut. And I just thought we'd do this all online instead of having them pre-cut. 3 7/8. And 3 7/8. So they're 3 7/8 squared. Okay, we shall move that out of the way. Get these over here. So this is how we're going to fold them. We're going to take our square, making sure that you can see. I might go back just a tad here. And we're going to go corner to corner and make a triangle here. Then we're going to bring this end, where the fold is, we're going to bring this end up to here, making it even. Sometimes it's hard with a little stiffer paper, but we can do it. We can do it. And I'm going to get my bone folder out here so I can get this little part right there. Okay, and then one more time, here's our fold right here. We want to bring this one up, so you're going to fold it 3 times like this. And burnish it or squash it down so that we have this little fold like this. And then we're going to flip it over so that the fold is on this side. And you can take a pencil, or you can do this by just by eyeballing it. And we're just gonna make, it kind of looks like a ice cream cone. So you can see that I just made. Okay, so it kind of looks like an ice cream cone. And that we're gonna take and we're gonna cut. And these scissors aren't gonna do it very well. So we'll take these scissors. Okay, so we cut that off, throw that away. So then we have this shape right here. And this little point right down here, we just want to cut the point off. Don't cut way up, or just a little point. Oh, I can get it. So I cut that point off, because then this is what you'll have. You'll open this up. You can use that side or this side. This is the side I'm going to use. So that you have this little hole in the middle. Okay, so we're going to do that again. We're going to take and don't be afraid of your paper. I mean, paper is very, very forgiving. And we're going to fold this one up here again, making sure we get it all even. And fold this one up one more time. Okay, and if we need to, we can get this tool out and kind of crease this. All right, and then we're going to take, now I could take this one, I could take it and put it all back together here, and I could lay, see I'm making it so the fold is over here on the right, I could lay this one down, and I could trace this so that all my petals are the same. Okay, so I could do that. So we're going to cut this again around here. And we're going to cut the little end off. Okay, so there's our second one. And here we're going to have our third piece. Because it takes 4 pieces of paper, and try to get these edges all lined up here. It takes 4 sheets of paper cut at 3 7/8 squared to make this flower. Okay, and again I can take this and, oops, I need to flip this over so my fold is on that side. I can take this and trace this again if I want to. That way my petals hopefully are all the same size. I'm cutting this off. Okay, and then I'm going to cut the point again. Just the point off. I don't want to cut a whole lot of it off. Okay, one more, here we go. Okay, I've got this, and there's a lot of tutorials out there on how to make this rose, but this is just the one I want to show you how to do. Okay, I'm going to flip it over, use that again, trace this, and then cut it out. Cut it out so it looks like an ice cream cone, and cut the little point off. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is open these up. So remember, I want to use the peach side, because I thought that would be pretty. And what I can do before I even cut anything away is I can burnish with a sponge these little leaves. So I will show you what I'm talking about. So I'm going to get a color that I like. I think it's, I think I'm going to use the Mango Melody. It's kind of a peachy one. And I'm going to get a sponge here. And what we're going to do is we're going to burnish the edges of this. So let's see if I can show you. And it's just going to make it pop a little. You can see that. I hope you can see that. And we'll just keep doing that all the way around on these leaves. These are just a few little extra tips that you can do. Doesn't matter which one of these is right now, which is 1 and which is 2 or 3 or 4. We're just burnishing the edges with some Mango Melody. I think that's going to be nice. Got another one here. Doesn't take too long to do this. Just getting some color on here. Okay. Then we have one more. One more to go. Just keep going around. Alrighty, we're done with that. So I'm going to close this up. No, it doesn't dry out. I'll set it over here. Okay, now what we're going to do, this is how we're going to make our flowers. So I'm going to use my smaller scissors now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut one petal off. So I'm going to cut here to here, where you'll see the score lines. So I'm going to cut this one clear up to that little hole. And then I'm going to cut this one. And we're going to save that. So there's our first one. We've got one right here with a petal. Then the next one, we're going to take 2 petals off. So we're going to cut right here. So we have 1 petal, 2 petals. We're going to cut the 2 petals off and put that right there. Our third one, we're going to cut 3 petals. So there's 1, there's 2, and here's 3. We're going to cut 3 petals off. So that's our third one. And the last one, we're going to cut in half. We're going to take 4 petals off. So we're basically just cutting it in half. And this part we can throw away. This one we will keep. Alrighty. So now what we want to do is get our wet glue out. I'm going to move this. In fact, yeah, I think we'll do that first. What we're going to do is take the one where we cut 1 petal out. And we're going to take our glue and we're going to put it on this petal right here like this. So we're going to just take our glue, put it on this petal. Then we're going to bring this petal over like this. Okay, now if I have some like showing right here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim that little bit off right there. Because I don't want that there. Oh, I'm just going to trim that off, that little piece off, there, so that it's even. Okay, so we have this little cone shape with a hole in the middle. Okay, so there's one. Then we're going to do that to the next one. We're going to glue 1 petal right here. And then we're going to take this one and bring it around, line them up so that they match. Now that's a whole lot better match. I don't have any hanging over. And here's our other petal. You can kind of make it so it's rounded. There's our second petal. Then we're going to take the one where we took 3 off. We're going to do the same thing. Put some glue on this petal right here. And then we're going to bring this one up and around. Oops, I just got glue all over me. Well, it slipped, my hand slipped. Okay, we're going to put this one in here. And that one's a pretty good fit also. And kind of shape it so that it's cone shaped. Then we have one more to do. I'm going to take this one and put glue on this petal right here. And these are making all our layers for our rose. And then we're going to bring this one around, stick it in there. And when it's wet glue, it works nice because you can maneuver and move it where you need it to be. Okay, and here we have another one. Okay, so that's our 4th one. Okay, and I could trim. I see a little bit here that's hanging over the one, so I'm going to kind of trim it up a little. Okay, the next thing that we want to do is let's continue with these cones because these are our inside parts. We're going to take this one and do it again, this 3-petal one. And I'm going to bring it this way because I want this. Remember, I want the yellow part, not that other part. So I'm going to stick my finger in here to kind of shape this so that it's rounded. Actually, I didn't want to do that because I want that yellow part. Okay, so this was the 1, 2, 3. So since I have this one, I'm just going to cut one off here. So don't do what I just did. Make sure on this that your yellow is on the inside, not the outside. See how the yellow is on the inside, not the outside? See, I folded it the wrong way. I should have folded it this way because I want that yellow part to show. So I'm going to put some glue on this right here because remember I want the yellow, the inside to show. Okay, so I'm still going to shape this. There, see how the yellow is now showing? Instead of when I did it this way, the blue was showing. We don't want that. Okay, we want the blue on the outside, yellow on the inside. Okay, there's that one. Then we've got this one. So we want to put some glue. Now we're down to just the 2-petal one here. Okay, for the inside of our rose. And so this one's a little trickier to try to get around here, but we can do it. We can do it. We're just going to have to keep rolling this. Okay, so that it's even smaller than this one because it's going to go inside there. And if you need to stick something like a pencil in here to get the roundness of it, go for it. Or I have this little tool here, my stylus. Okay. Then we have one more. This is the hardest one. And so what we want to do is we're going to put just a little bit of glue on the edge here. Just a little on the edge. And we're going to roll this, and this is where I got my stylus. Actually, I think I'll use my paintbrush here I have. And I'm going to wrap this around it, and I'm going to roll it. Like, let's see if I can get it to go the right just keep rolling it and rolling it till I get it to look like that. See how that is? And if I need to add a little more glue right here on this, and here I did it. Here I did that one the wrong way. I need to roll it this way this time. So that's okay. We're good. We're still good. Oh, we'll put the blue on there. And we're going to roll it. I'm going to lay it down here. Then I can roll it a lot easier, I think. I think. Okay, so we have this little tube thing here. And again, I want to put a little glue on here so this will stay down on this little section right here. Hold it there for just a second. Okay, that's our other part. Okay, because it's so small, but we have to roll it that way because we want the yellow to show, not the blue. Okay, we're good. All right, now what we're going to do is now we're going to build it. So I'm going to get out this little silicone mat because then my glue can get on there instead of everywhere else. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take, well, before I do that, we need to shape our petals here. So I'm going to take the big one, I'm going to take my stylus, and I'm going to roll, or I could take, get that glue off there, I could take my paintbrush, and I'm just rolling the petals back. See? Just putting that paintbrush around there and curling my petals by rolling them back. Be careful not to tear the paper though. Okay? So I hope you're seeing all this. Okay? So there's one of them. And then we'll take the second one and we'll roll it. I'm just grabbing the paper and rolling it around the paintbrush. And then we'll do it to the next one. And these really are fun to make. And once you do it a few times, then they go real quick. There's that one. And then we're going to do this one here. I love making my own flowers for my mini albums, my cards, and all that. It is, to me, a lot of fun, and it's just cool to create it. Okay, let's see if we can get this without tearing my paper. Okay, and then we'll fold this one just a little because it's getting smaller here. So just curl it back a little bit. All right, now we'll start building it. We're going to take the biggest one first, lay it down. We'll take the second one, and we're going to put glue all around here. Okay. And then we're going to stick this in here. And again, I can use my end of my paintbrush to stick that in there. Then we take the next one, number 3. Put the glue around here. And we're going to stick that one in there. You can see we're starting to build our flower. And I want this to stick, so I'm holding it for a second. Then we'll take our number 4 petal, do the same thing, put the glue all around. And we'll stick that one down in there. I just think these are so pretty. Then we'll take this one. Remember we had these. So we're going to take this one and we're going to put glue around it. And we're going to stick it down in there. Just pressing it in there. I can take this, stick that in there. Now we have this one. And I'm going to make sure that it's not taller than the other one here. See, if it's too tall, I don't want it to be too tall. So I'm going to cut some of this off. And I'm going to cut it kind of at an angle so that it'll stick down. Yeah. That one's fine. Now, okay, so we'll put glue around here. Alrighty, hold on to it, stick it down in there, yay. And then we have this tiny little one, and I think it's going to be way too tall, yeah. So I'm going to cut some of it off too. Cut some of that off. Let me see. Yeah, that will be good. Okay, let's grab it out of there and put some glue on it. So we'll put some glue around here. And we're going to stick that down in the center of it. And there we have our flower. I think it's pretty. You think that's pretty? Yeah, I think so. I hope you give it a try. So there's that flower. And move that out of the way. Here's the green one I had made. Here's a blue one I have made. And here's another green one that I've made. So, alrighty, there they are. So tell me what you think. And it really is an easy project. I probably made it seem a little hard, but it wasn't. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a great day and happy creating. Until next time, bye-bye.